All right, I have driven my Tesla just over 22,000 miles, almost 23,000 miles, and we're talking gas savings. If you go on the app, it's going to tell you an estimated charge savings based on a few factors. Number one, it's going to filter by the month, by the year. It's going to look at kilowatt hours, total amount spent. It's going to estimate how much gas costs. And then it's going to show you how much you charged at home, how much you charged at the supercharger, and how much you've charged at other locations. For me, there's no work. It's just home, supercharger, and other locations. Whenever I charge somewhere else, it's free. Whenever I charge at home, it's about 10 cents a kilowatt hour. Yes, I looked that up. Apparently, I've learned that's really cheap relative to a lot of people. So if you're more expensive than that, I'm sorry. The supercharger is about 2.8 times more expensive as charging at home. But overall, obviously, supercharger is going to be more expensive, but it's still cheaper than gas, believe it or not. So when you look at the app, again, you can filter by all sorts of different things. And I like to look at the cost just on dollars spent. But if you look in 2024, it shows I saved about $1,288 in gas. I spent about $407 charging at home, and then the rest was at superchargers, and that's 4,839 kilowatt hours. This year thus far, only $29 spent, and that's all been at home. It's estimated about $74 in gas savings thus far. Pretty stinking awesome. Another thing is the Tesla app does have charging tips. It tells you to plug in at home, to plug in all the time, and to charge during off-peak hours at night, so you're not paying for the most expensive electricity. That's part of the reason why I'm able to get that cost so low. It's because I charge in the middle of the night when no one else is using electricity, and therefore electricity tends to be cheaper. You can program that in your app, yes, and it's fairly easy to do. There's also a few ads and other things they'll try and do for you, but you'll see it shows my residential kilowatt per hour charge, and I just changed the other to 0 because anytime I plug in anywhere else other than my home, I'm not paying for it, right? If I plug in at a friend's house, I'm not paying their electricity bill. So you see I've changed that to 0. It's actually altered the numbers to a little bit more saved. So thus far though, if you look in the last, so this was the year that I bought it. I bought it in November of 2023, by the way. So it's been just over a year. It's been, we're in January, so about 14 months.